what I'm hearing from parents, and I work in an elementary school, it's very hard for little guys and little girls to sit in front of the computer for 7 hours. And particularly kindergartners and first graders, having that long time on a computer is extremely challenging. So one of the things I recommend is really having a schedule. One of the things that kids love about school, and yet they complain about it, but they like the structure, they like the predictability. They like to know that at this time I have English, and then I can look forward to my music class, and then I love lunch because after lunch is recess. And that structure is very important to kids. I know that when most of us had kids online in the spring, because that was the only option we had, families let schedules go by. And that ended up being very disorienting to children. So I know, for example, some of my children's friends would wake up, log on, and then go back to bed, and then eventually do some schoolwork. And while that works for a short period of time, for little guys and little girls especially, it's very important to have structure and some semblance of a schedule of what they do throughout the day. Intermixed, of course, with a lot of breaks, because a kid cannot sit in front of the computer for 7 hours and be expected to pay attention and be doing work. So in school, oftentimes teachers will talk about brain breaks. And brain breaks are basically it doesn't have to be 10 minutes or 20, it can even be a 3 to 5 minute break where you're either doing something activating, like jumping on a trampoline, having a 1 minute dance party, going on some of these websites. Go Noodle, for example, has some great activating brain breaks. But some kids might actually need the opposite, might need some cool down time, some quiet time, maybe a yoga pose. There are great apps, if you Google that, will have like a 30-second, like do these kind of poses, and they're for children, so they're kind of funny, or they're kind of associated with an animal or song. But really intermixing brain breaks, I suggest that families think and plan of those brain breaks in advance. So if you create a schedule at home and you kind of plan, and you plan what kind of brain breaks they're going to have, or maybe they have 5 minutes to play on Legos or draw or something they like. But it's very important to intermix a schedule with some brain breaks along the way. And I think the other part is really reflecting on what experiences you had online in the spring, what worked and what didn't work. I know that's particularly challenging for parents that are home trying to work, and they're on Zooms and calls and meetings, and your child's interrupting you because they have technology issues. And I think for all of us, it's kind of rolling with it, because sometimes there's not that immediate answer to what to do with it. But if we can think of structure, if we can think about some breaks, and we can think about how we learn from the things that didn't go so well in the spring, those might be things that are helpful for the kids that are online at home.